When people hear the term underwater salvagers, they think of treasure hunters, and honestly, in most cases, it could be true. However, not all items lost to the deep are precious metals or gems.
Off on another adventure, Topper.
What about iron, dirty iron, anchors, anchor chain, and other maritime tools and equipment? The loss of these items can have a substantial impact on a small business. Fortunately for small businesses that use the waterways of the James River, there are people like Bill Waldrop who are willing to search the depths for these lost items, for a reasonable fee, of course. I have known Bill for almost half a century. We went to the same high school, went through the same apprenticeship, worked together, and we retired within a year of each other. Every summer since retirement, I have helped Bill in a variety of his maritime endeavors ranging from researching historical shipwrecks to searching for lost anchors or anchor chain in the muddy waters of the James River. This summer is no different than the many summers before. Today, we are searching for a mooring chain that broke free from a mooring can, allowing it to drift freely. The mooring can has since been secured, and our goal today is to locate the anchor chain, attach a cable to the free end, and run a marker to the surface. At a later date, a crane mounted on a barge will be positioned at the site. It will raise the free end of the anchor chain so that it can be reattached to the mooring can. At that point, the mooring can will be placed back into position, re-establishing a mooring point for barges. I will pilot the boat today, running various search patterns while Bill monitors the readings from the magnetometer. As we approach the site, Bill points out a floating dry dock that is now being salvaged.
Cutting it all up, scrap it. Here's my question, Topper. What are they going to do when they cut it down to about several feet above the water line? What then?
Floating dry docks are fascinating. They flood compartments, allowing themselves to drop into water. Then the ship needing maintenance is positioned inside the floating dry dock. Once secured, the floating dry dock raises itself and the ship, requiring maintenance, by filling the flooding compartments with air, thereby forcing the water out, which raises the ship back to surface. All these barges look new.
Yeah, oh, they are. If you were standing there on the edge and looked over that edge, that ain't a flat deck. That is a cargo hold that goes down to the bottom of the boat. You see how tall that is? What do you think, that's 10 foot? That's what you're looking down into. Now, you see that mooring ball right there?
Yeah. This is the mooring can that will be reattached to the anchor chain. Yep.
Okay, so you have the same thing on the bottom. And I took a video shot of the underside. And what happened was they snagged or something and they pulled it so hard that it broke through the lug.
Wow.
Need me to get closer?
No, you're fine.
So you see how the lug is made, right?
Yeah.
All right, suppose that you pull straight up on it until that thing just broke open, right?
Next, we find a quiet location to anchor and prep for the search.
I'm thinking,
We will be searching in water approximately 3 to 10 feet deep. Bill sets the depth at which the magnetometer will run as we tow it through the water. A magnetometer measures variations in the Earth's magnetic fields. They measure the strength of a magnetic field in a specific area, which is used as a baseline. When the magnetometer passes over any ferrous metal, the change in magnetic field will change proportionately to the amount of iron below.
she's steady as a rock.
Bill will monitor the magnetometer as I pilot the boat through the search pattern. We will be operating in shallow water along the shoreline. Therefore, our search pattern will be longitudinal along the shore. As we start our search pattern, Bill pays out enough lines so the magnetometer doesn't pick up any interference from metals on the boat. Is this the right speed for you?
Yeah.
We're showing 3 feet depth right here.
All right. John. 5103 seems to be the norm. 5073, 5104, 4990. How deep?
2 feet,
5026.
5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet.
93063, 5021.
Must have been a tree down there or something.
This thing is not acting right. It's very weak. I'm not getting a good strong signal like at home.
4 feet, 3 feet, coming back, 2 feet, 5 feet. And the head drops off quick, Billy.
Yeah. I'm getting a very weak signal. This is not good.
Bill is concerned because we seem to be getting inconsistent readings from the magnetometer.
Now, are you not getting a strong signal because there's an error with the magnetometer? Or
Well, it worked fine in the air. I don't know if it's because all this shit around here. It usually bounces full into green and it's just barely touching it for some reason.
Well, so let me ask you something. Did you put the plug back in the magnetometer?
Yes.
You ready for a pass back?
Yeah.
Do a wide turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do a wide turn, okay?
I don't know
Come
why. All right, let me see what's going on here. I'm gonna put it to a different battery. See if that makes both of these will charge, but something's not right.
Changing batteries seem to help, and as the readings peak, we set out markers to establish the outer boundaries of our search area.
Off. Yes, 5078, 5103 back to norm. So that's a little blip. 5111 still off. 50985 getting back to normal. 94 normal. 98 normal.
I have never seen a ship scrapped. It appears they move large sections to shore where they can be easily cut down into smaller pieces.
Now, Billy.
All right, good. That doesn't have a whole lot of free play on it, okay?
Having established the four corners of our search grid, we perform a couple more passes for confirmation.
She's off. She's off. We're going in the zone. All right, I'm back to norm.
All right.
Hook left.
Hook left.
Go straight out.
Straight out. All right, here we go.
All right, I'm throwing it in. What do you think about magnet fishing?
Magnet fishing.
All right, hook left.
I'm hooking left. I got it. Look at the engine. I'm hard left. Hard to port.
Now that we have established our grid with the magnetometer, we will drag the area with a grapple, hoping to snag the anchor chain.
Down here, right about where we are right now.
This represents our search grid. We will run a series of shifting circles in one direction, and then repeat it from the opposite direction. We will finish by running a crossing pattern.
We just need to keep going in circles. How deep of water are we in?
6.
Oh, okay.
When we snag an object on the bottom, we position the boat above it using the grapple line as an anchor line. Bill then uses an extendable pole to bounce off the item to determine the material. The sound and feel of metal transferred through the pole is very different from wood.
Whoa.
Bill thinks we may have something, so he decides to check it out. In water less than 6 feet, Bill does a free dive without gear to investigate.
Tire.
Tire?
Tire. All right, we're in mud now. I can see the bubbles coming.
Being unsuccessful running our planned search patterns, we decide to run a few straight through the grid. Making contact in deeper water, Bill decides to go down for another look.
This is the first time I free dived 50 feet in years. I'm gonna see if I can still do it. It was a stump in a tree.
Another run, another dive.
Tire.
Say it again.
Tire.
And another dive. I'm so happy working topside today.
Need any tires? This is a great place to find them.
Bill documents the boundaries of the grid by taking photographs of the markers in relation to
I
landmarks.
think I got it, Tom.
You happy?
Yes.
Before we secure operations for today, Bill wants to inspect the mooring can again to confirm that the chain was not attached to a different point.
Billy, I think I know why it's leaning. It's only 4 feet here.
Oh, it's sitting on bottom?
Yeah.
Well, it was the other day, but I mean, the tide was up. The tide is up now. When I came out here, it was low tide.
Did I mention that I was happy to be working topside today? When it comes to the James River and its flesh-eating bacteria, I prefer to be on it, not in it.
The lug is in the center. It is plainly broken off.
I'll take the salty deep blue any day.
All right. Good?
Good, mister.
After confirming the torn lug, Bill returns to the boat and we secure for today.
That's right. Swap that deck.
Damn right. Now, whatever you do not put that thing in reverse. Understand?
Want to feel small? Pull alongside one of these giants.
All right, are we heading south here?
Yeah, you want to go out there about where that tug is?
Yeah.
Although our search was not successful today, Bill wants to return on another day and search the same area with a submersible metal detector. He suspects the reason we couldn't locate it with the grapple was likely due to the chain being sunk into the muddy bottom. For some reason, the return trip is my favorite part of the day. I imagine it's because the work is completed, and we can now relax and share stories of our past diving adventures. Today, we continue our search for the anchor chain using an underwater metal detector. We exhausted our means of locating the chain from the surface. Therefore, Bill would need to dive using scuba. While en route to the search area, we discussed this project and future projects. Bill has been researching the CSS Richmond and updates me on his progress. As we approach our destination, we observe the progress on scrapping this floating dry dock.
Dead on. And I see the Aries here. Is that in case we find it, he's going to bring the crane over? Do you know?
Unfortunately, the crane was not intended for us. If we locate the chain, it will be lifted at another date. Bill assembles a device he made for running his search patterns underwater.
So what I do is I attach my buoy lines to this.
Right.
And when we're at ground zero, you will drop this. And this right here, I can orient it any way I want to. But the main thing is you got that base that's going to hold it put, right? I can take rebar and put in these holes so that it doesn't spin. And now I'll just lower that. And when I begin my search, I will have this set at 0, and I'll just start working at 30 feet out, 10 foot over is 20 degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
GPS coordinates will be used to position the boat where I will drop this device.
Now, all right, now that we got the buoy set for the center of the search, there's 2 things I could do. I've got that fixture at ground 0, and I can pull a tape out 5 foot and go around detecting as I go, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 25, and 30. That's the quick way around, although it's a lot of swimming. The other way is to have 2 tapes coming out, spread 10 foot apart, and hopscotch one over the other, going in or coming from out over here. I've searched that line, I hopscotch it over the next one, pull it taut, go down the second one, and come back out the third, and when I'm out, hopscotch it over. So that way, I'm covering new territory every time I run the line. So several ways to do it, but I just may, given the flat terrain, I may just swim a circle and hopefully get lucky. We'll see.
Time to prepare for diving operations. I will set up the topside communications gear while Bill prepares his dive gear.
Got power.
And a probe to hold the tapes in place. All right, all the way on. Back quarter turn. Inflator hose.
Bill has his pre-dive checkoff list memorized, yet he recites it to ensure nothing was overlooked. And today's hunt begins. Bill measures out the distance from the compass and drops down to set the lines on the bottom. He returns to the boat for the metal detector and makes adjustments on the surface where he can easily set the controls. Bill returns to the compass marker on the surface and drops to start his search with the metal detector.
Billy, are you on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to know because I'm going to pull the boat out and get away from you.
I always want to know Bill's position before I move the boat.
You copy?
I will not anchor the boat while Bill is conducting his search. I will let him drop to the bottom and back the boat off a safe distance, cut the engine, and drift. He will notify me when he is ready for pickup, and I will approach him safely. When working topside, you are the eyes and ears for the diver below. If you are near a shipping lane or an area of high traffic, you're always on the alert for any potential danger on the surface. You monitor communications between top and bottom, and also local advisories on the surface, especially any sudden changes in weather. However, today we are operating in a protective cove, and it can get a little boring at times.
Billy, any luck on finding anything or getting any hits?
I contact Bill periodically for a status report and to ensure all is well on the bottom. Watching the marker on the surface can get boring. When it starts moving around, it reminds me of a fishing bobber, except this one has a diver on the other end. Bill surfaces. Hopefully he has some good news.
Billy, I see you. I'm going to start up and come over there to you.
Payday!
You say payday?
Payday.
Music to my ears.
I don't mean to brag, but that's why they keep calling me. So,
Bill explains his search pattern and how he discovered the anchor and chain.
A little bit of a cluster, but yeah, sweet victory.
Are you coming back up?
Yes, I'm coming in, gonna change tanks and get the cable out, shackle, and like I said, do what we have to do, and then we're gonna mark everything for future reference.
Got it.
Once on board, Bill calls his wife to share the good news.
Hey, we got chain. Yeah, so it's a victory. I think I found the anchor. It appears to be like a naval anchor.
He explains the details of the search and discovery to his wife.
Man, I'll tell you what. It wasn't as good as finding a cannon, but you put your hands on that chain, it's like you know you're going to win now. So then it was just a matter of every 5 foot. Yeah, there's a reading. Yep, it's changed. When I get over there, I'm going to go down that buoy that's going to the shackle, all right? And I'm going to attach the choker, a steel choker, to that shackle. And that's about 20 foot long, which is only in 10 foot of water. And then I'm going to tie this rope here on the other end of the cable. So he'll pull that up and, take the choker and put it on the crane, the hook of the crane.
Bill preps for his last dive of today.
Now, the cable may fall to the bottom by the time I get to that. Just let it, okay? Because I can drag it to it.
Okay. I feed Bill the steel choker as he descends to the bottom. All tasks completed, we secure from today's operations. On our return trip, we discuss our next potential adventure, another anchor, another chain, or researching another shipwreck. To us, it really doesn't matter as long as we're on the water or in the water. In regards to the James River, I made a comment earlier that I prefer to be on it, not in it. However, I never said that I had not been in it. For me, I guess it's one of those risk versus reward scenarios.